So thank you for jumping on. I love connecting with our team. I love sharing all the things. And the biggest thing, here's Constance. The biggest thing right now, I think anytime with your business is you can choose. I was just talking to a girl that I'm actually helping grow her business, and she was feeling discouraged. She said this had happened and this had happened and this had happened, and it was all the things that she couldn't control. And so many things in our business happen all the time and we can't control them. So we've got two choices. We can either choose, it's like the choose again method if you've read Super Attractor. So we have two choices. We can choose to embrace where we are, to appreciate the consistency, to appreciate where we are, to see the good, right? To see the things that we can do, the things that we're able to control, and the action that we can take. Or we can choose to like stay in that space of negative discouragement, frustration. Okay. So the biggest thing that can get you, the biggest thing I think that can get you to the choice, so the first choice I mentioned about seeing your vision, seeing your possibility, looking down the road, not just like, it's good to be present for today. It's good to focus on what you can do today, even if it's one small thing for your business. But it's also good to think about what you can accomplish, right, in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So the thing that I think will get you back to always, this is what always gets me back to like my belief score. So what's your belief score? I know I've talked to you guys about that before, but what's your belief score? Is it like low right now? Or is it like up there? And if it's up there right now, it probably means that you're being consistent. It probably means that you're in a really good place. It probably means that you're embracing where you are. It probably means you're not in a hurry, and other things. But if you're not, if your belief score is lower, it's typically because you've stepped away from your business and you're not doing business activities, which can happen. And I'm not saying that that's wrong or bad, but if you don't work your business and you're not having active conversations, you can't just feel, you don't feel that good energy. You don't feel that consistent energy, right? So you stay in that low belief. So the way to get your belief score up is always to dig into your vision. It's always to, you should have it wrote somewhere. You should be revisiting it. You should be thinking about it. You should be like in love with your vision. You should be excited when you talk about your vision, when you share it. Okay. So that's the first task I want you guys to do. I want every single person to share about your vision. It never gets old. I don't care if you shared about it a month ago. I don't care if you shared about it 2 weeks ago. Today, it's different on your heart than it was 2 weeks ago or a month ago or whenever it was. Because again, if people don't, and it's not always about business. It's not always about like quitting a full-time job and creating this huge business. Okay. I don't want you to think that that's what it's always about, because it's not. It could be about whatever it is for you. What's your happiness? Where's your vision? Where do you want to see yourself in 6 months? And you focusing on your own lane, because it has nothing to do with anybody else's, right? It's you and your life and your focus and what you want. And I think it's just powerful and it's awesome. And you're the voice, right? You're the voice for so many people who are scared to share their vision. So many people who their belief score is like so low because they've never been involved in anything like this. So who can you be for them, right? So I want you guys within the next, like, that would be the first thing I would share. You got to get good at sharing it, because people need to know where you're going. People need to know your excitement, right? And your energy. And that's going to rub off on them. And that's going to help them to see that they can do things too. They can do hard things. They can build their confidence. They can take whatever situation and change it to the good, right? And shift. Okay. So that's the first thing. The other thing I want you guys to do, the next thing I want you guys to do is you should be following up. So I want you to follow up / check in with 10 people. Okay. 10 people that you've either had previous conversations with, that are previous clients that could potentially be interested in this bundle that we got going on that's on sale. Okay. Because I don't know what's going to be on sale next month. Maybe nothing. I don't know. There might be an incentive. We don't know. But the point is that like, it's kind of now, or we don't know what the incentive is going to be next month. So you better utilize the incentive while you have it. And I have a list right here, okay, of all the people that I need to check in with before the month ends. My brother gets married on the last day of the month this month. I'm in the wedding. The rehearsal's the night before. So the last 2 days of the month are going to be almost pretty much non-existent for me to do anything, in which I need to set myself up for success today in order to hit the things and do the things and get as many people involved with the sale as I can. So be prepared. Today's Monday. You have all this time to still create and plant seeds, to still have new conversations, to still follow up and check in with anyone. And what's cool is when you check in with those people, let's say you're like, hey, how are you? How are your products going? I just wanted to check in with you. I wanted to see if there was anything you're low on or anything you need, because right now we have a 10%, we just came out with bundles and they're 10% off. And it's a really good time to stock up. And people are stocking up now to get them through to Black Friday. Would you be like, do you want to check out the bundles? I can send you some graphics of what those bundles look like. Most people are probably going to say, sure, right? Or some people are going to say no, but some people might not be interested in the skincare bundle, but they're interested in like, they're like, no, but I could really use some foundation. No, but like, I really am thinking about trying this or whatever. Sometimes just checking in with people will get the conversation going, you know, like with something else, and just kind of take it from nothing to, yeah, they want to get something. Okay. So I say 10 people, but really I would encourage you to do like 10's great. 10's amazing, but don't stop at 10, right? If you get through the 10, keep going, because we know that the things that we do right now sometimes aren't going to pay us until a month out, 60, 90 days. But what's cool right now is we have this incentive. So people are going to potentially jump if they're sort of intrigued or interested. Okay. Next thing is the third thing. So number 3, I want you to plan to go live somewhere or talk on your stories somewhere. Okay. About a product, about something. This is important to just showcase. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out whole entire skincare routine or whole entire makeup routine. Okay. This is just you being open, sharing about something that you're using, something that's working, something that you like. Same as if you shared your morning coffee or your morning drink or whatever you're using, or a new pair of leggings that you got or whatever. You're simply just sharing what you're using. Okay. Exposure, exposure, exposure. Like, we know how this works. It takes time. It takes time for people to see you showing up. It takes time for them to see what you're doing. Like I told one of my advocates today, one of my new advocates, she said, I talk to people, but I just don't really feel like everybody kind of said no. And I'm like, yeah, because they've not heard of Crunchy, because it's new, because they've never been exposed to it. They have no idea. We're just like starting the education process. And you have to think about that as you expand and unfold. So just plan to like share something live, however you want that to be, whether it's in your community, whether it's on stories, whether you pick up the dang phone and you have a conversation with somebody about what you're doing or what products you're using. Okay. All of those things count, and all of those things are planting seeds, and all of those things you should be really proud of yourself for doing. Okay. The number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5 is reach out to 5 new people tonight. This is important. This creates new conversations. This is where you're going to get follow-ups in the days, the weeks to come. It's this like cycle. You just keep going and it keeps going and keeps going, and you never run out of people to talk to, because you're constantly trying to just create new conversations. And then you have follow-ups, and there's just always like this ping pong ball going back and forth in your inbox with people. And then the last thing I want you to do, is I want you to write down your August goals. And the reason I'm telling you this, even though we're focusing on month-end magic, and we want to focus on that, right? So prioritize what's most important this month to get your stuff done that you need to do for this month. Like what your non-negotiable PV is, like what your, whatever it is that you want to solidify for the end of the month, that has to be up to you and prioritizing. But it's important to write August goals, because August goals are going to determine you doing the things right now. Like, we know how this works. So that's why it's important right now to look at your August goals, because when we look at goals, and it's not about PV and income necessarily, and all these accolades, it's not about that. It's about strategizing so that you can see, okay, so these are my August goals. Okay, so there's all this time left. There's this week left. So what can I do now? Right. And that should light your fire and that should get you excited. I hope that gets you excited, because I hope that you continue to see your potential. I hope you continue to see what you're capable of with your business. And it's not always, I want you guys to remember that your business isn't anybody else's business. So even if you look at somebody else, and this is the comparison is the thief of joy. Okay. So if you look at somebody else's business and you're like, they're doing this and they're doing that, and I'm not doing this and I'm behind and I'm whatever, and you're always feeling discouraged and behind if you're looking at your business in that way. But I want you to look at your business in your own way, like with whatever it is that you're doing. Like if you're taking action, if you're being consistent, if you're having new conversations, if you're focusing on your goals, isn't that what's most important? And if you're taking the time that you need to take care of your mental health, or whatever it is that you've taken a step back, or whatever it is, that doesn't mean that you're out. That doesn't mean that you suck and you're not good and whatever. It means that you're taking care of yourself in the best way you know how to. I used to be so hard on myself for not being on all the time. And I still find myself, I'm sort of going back into those tendencies, but I'm getting really better. I'm getting so much better. And I'm leading in that way too, right? Nobody likes burnout. Burnout's a real thing. And, but excitement's a different thing. And when you're excited and you're in that space of having fun, there's no pressure. And you're just excited to share. It's totally different than that pressure of, I need to do this. And oh my gosh, why isn't this happening? And all these like negative spiral things. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to be excited. I want you guys to be happy. I want you guys to look at yourself. This is stuff I teach in my mindset course. I want you guys to look at yourself in the way that I would look at you, or that your friend would look at you, as like this human being who's amazing, who has a huge heart, who has so much to offer and share, and that like they're genuinely loving you. I want you to look at yourself like that, because that's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting emotional right now saying this, and I don't know why. That's the number one thing that's going to change everything about the way you look at yourself and your business, is when you look at yourself and you appreciate what you're doing, and you look at and you're grateful for what you're doing in the most loving way. Like it sounds silly, but we're so easy to just be like, it's not happening. And, I didn't do enough. And, like all these things. And guess what happens? Nothing. You either stop what you're doing and you get in your head and you just say, F it, or you just get discouraged and you're in a slump, and then you're in a funk, and then nothing feels like it's going right. And you're just feeding the negative energy. Right. But if you stop and you notice that you're doing those things, this is where you stop and you retrain your brain and you say, you know what? I talked to one person today about Crunchy. I shared and was an inspiration on my social media. I checked in with a girl on my downline. I mean, there's just so many things, right, that we can do, that we can be proud of, and that we can look at, because you're not going to move forward. I can tell you this from experience. You're not going to move forward in the best way if you don't look at yourself and your business in the most genuine, loving, open arm, gentle way. And there's times where you can do better, right? We all know when we can call our own BS and be like, all right, I need to level up. I need to get going. I need to move my tail and make this work, right? So there's a flip side to this too. And I'm all about tough love, but there's a balance too in knowing that you can still be consistent each day, small amounts, and see results over time. It doesn't have to be this balls to the wall, as I like to say, which I like to go balls to the wall sometimes, a lot of times. But then when there's times that I can't, I'm like, you know what? All right. Like I did what I can do, and I'm a human, and I need to take care of myself, and I need to still be good for the end of the week, right? I still need, I don't want to plummet and crash. So there's your checklist. It's real simple. You notice that that's probably nothing. Those things that I just mentioned are nothing that you've ever not heard. Like those are things that are just like real simple, really tangible tasks, but it's the things that grow your business. It's the things that we sometimes just stop doing because you can grow this business in the simplest way. The other thing that I want to say really quickly is I want to talk just briefly about recruiting just for a minute. So recruiting is something that I'm sharing a lot about on my stories because I'm helping women grow their businesses, whether it's Crunchy or other businesses. But the cool thing is, and I love doing this, I love bringing new people onto our team. It's my jam. I love helping you guys bring new people onto your team. And I know that you want to bring new people onto your team. The really cool thing is I'm going to help our team do this. Like, and I'm not, this is just, you get me, right? You get me as your leader. Anytime you want help growing your team. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing in my Instagram. Okay. So if and when you ever see that and you're like, well, I want help or whatever, all you have to do is you just reach out to me and you message me and we set up a call and we strategize together and we help each other and we host. Maybe there's so many things we can do, but I don't know who needs help always because I'm one person. So I want you guys to remember that I want to help you grow your team, and I want to help us grow our team, and we can do so much together. And I never want anyone to feel like they're on an island by themselves and they don't know what to do. And they have these big goals, but they don't know what to do. So I just want you to know that I'm here, of course, and so many leaders on our team are here for you too, to just help even break through some of those barriers where recruiting can feel like nobody wants to. How do I do this? And all these limiting beliefs again, right? But literally it's as simple as sometimes getting the product in people's hands, them liking it, and you saying, hey, like, would you want to learn what it means to be an advocate? Like, would you want to learn what it means to join this community? You know, I'm obsessed with their mission. I'm obsessed with Crunchy's quality. I'm obsessed with their standards. You know, like, you just have to give people just a little bit of inspiration to want to join you. It's not like you have to have all the answers. It's not that you have to have a big following. It's not that you have to be good at going live. It doesn't, none of that. It's literally you having a conversation with somebody, sharing what it is that you like, and for them to be like, okay, well, that sounds really cool because I have a friend who would like this and whatever. And it just spirals, and they might say no. And that means if they say no, that means that the timing's not right. It has nothing to do with you doing anything wrong. Okay. Recruiting is another consistent behavior. And I don't always like to use the term recruit because I don't know, it sort of can be slimy and whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, bring new people on, share the mission, which is sharing your vision. And you'll be surprised at that consistency. It's just like talking to people about your skincare, right? Are you talking about the opportunity? Nobody's going to join you if they don't even know this exists, if they don't understand how simple this is, if they don't understand the research and the education and the love that goes into all these products and the heart of the company and all the things. They're not going to know that if you don't share it. So, all right. Happy Monday. Does anybody have anything they want to say? You're welcome to say anything, to pop on if anyone has anything they want to share. I love the chat. I'm just reading the chat. And yes, I love that. Reevaluate your vision, because it does change. It really does change. And my vision's changed. My vision has always been similar, but the way I go about it and the way I share it is different, you know? And as I've grown into a different leader, like I just kind of shared how I take a different approach these days, even with my own business and my own self and my team, my vision changes. And so I kind of like to share parts of that. So Claire, you want to say something?
I will add something because Tabitha touched on this for a quick second, and she mentioned, you know, when you're setting August goals for yourself, you don't have to like put a number to your PV, your TB. And that's really typically how I always operate. If I put a number, like goal to something, it kind of stresses me out and gives me anxiety. And if I don't hit it, I feel super discouraged. So like my goals are always that I want to show up and be consistent. And I want to provide value in my group. Like if you're providing value, then people trust you and they're naturally going to like trust you to, refer products to them, and they're going to naturally want to use the skincare that you're using if you can like establish that trust. So like my goals are to just be authentically me and share my story and get them to relate to me. So those can be your goals too, is just to like gain that trust and have people naturally want to come to you as a resource. It's such a powerful tool. And I don't like super super hustle, but I'm consistent AF. Like I will get 1,000 every month, and it's not because I'm out like harassing people to purchase. It's because they trust me, and they trust my ingredient knowledge, and that I truly care about them and want to provide a safe solution for them. So those can be your goals too.
I love it. And those consistent, like when you don't look at the number, but you look at just the vital behaviors that you do each day showing up and your consistency, guess what happens? Like the numbers come. We know how this works. Like the sales come when they trust you. But a lot of times when, we've talked about this before, but when you focus on the outcome, when you're emotionally attached to like, and it's fun, like numbers excite me. I know a couple other girls on our team where numbers excite them. Like, and it's not because of income, it's because they're just number oriented. Like they kind of got to reverse engineer to know what they have to do in order to get to this number, right? But that's okay if that's not how you are. It's like we all look at our businesses in a different way slightly. We all kind of just go about it a different way. And but I love like, because no matter what, it doesn't define you. Like we've missed influencer the last 2 months, maybe 3. I can't remember. But it's like it doesn't define us. Like, and we were just behind like $2,000, which really in the grand scheme of things is, for the size of our team, is a very small amount. So that's pretty like skin of the, what do they call that? Missed it by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
So anyways, but the point is like, that doesn't define our team. That doesn't define me as a leader, right? If I just showed up and I continue to just be authentic and intentional and do the best we can, right? And that's all we can do. So here's to doing the best you can this week. Here's to planting new seeds. Here's to just like new growth in whatever that means for you. And just like embracing it and just welcoming it, because like, I'm excited. I'm always excited about what we're doing here as a team and where we're going. And yeah, I think the end of the month's going to be awesome. And I think August is going to be amazing. And I'm just so proud of each and every person that just continues to show up and that's just consistent and excited. So,
yep.
Happy Monday.
And we're 4 months away from Black Friday, so it will sneak up on us. And I'm excited for all of you guys to feel that energy and to just celebrate with you all. There's going to be huge title advancements, but like what you do now is going to carry you through and like make those sales just like mega powerhouse like sales for you. It's so much fun. So stay consistent. It's totally worth it. And I can't wait to celebrate with you all then. It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to experience this Black Friday hype. Like I hear so much about it and I'm just like, oh, like I'm so excited to just experience the like get up at 4 a.m. or whatever. And I'm putting in or whatever you do.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's ride the wave until we get there. And just, I don't know, enjoy it, have fun with it. So thank you all for being on. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll get this recording up for those that want to see it. So happy Monday. Bye. See you guys. Good night.
Bye.